Slope. Comparing steepness. We have vertical distance over horizontal distance. As an example, we have comparing cable steepness, 16 over 8 and 16 over 4. Let's see. Let's say you're walking on the street. Well, sidewalk preferably. Have you seen this before? Does that figure look familiar to you? Well, sometimes you'll see them with something attached to them, right? Does it seem familiar now? Well, it's just a telephone pole, or in general, electric pole as well would work. With a side attachment, a cable basically to prevent or to aid in tensioning it. And let's assume in this case this one has two cables. There we go, two cables. And let's see, we're trying to figure out which cable is steeper. Can you visually see which cable is steeper? The first one, right? The one in the middle, in other words, between the pole and the one on the exterior. It looks like it's steeper. Okay, let's see it with numbers then. So height, 16 feet, from the bottom all the way to the top where they connect. And in the horizontal positioning or distance, we have the first one, which is the middle image or center point, has a distance of 4 feet from the pole. Okay, and then finally the outer one has a distance of 8 feet from the pole. So once again, we can visually see that the one in between is technically steeper, agreed? How about mathematically? How can we tell mathematically? Let's see, 16 over 4. In other words, 16 divided by 4, right? Keep in mind. A fraction implies division, or in other words, it's a division if you're able to simplify it to an exact value. 16 divided by 4, we can divide and get exactly 4, agreed? 4 times 4 gives us 16, or 16 divided by 4 gives us 4. So it's doable, we can divide it. How about 16 over 8? Can we divide it? 16 divided by 8 gives us, or 8 times what gives us 16? 2, right? So yeah, okay. So which one did we say was visually steeper? We said the one that has a distance of 4, right? So yeah, 16 divided by 4 essentially has a steeper line, right? So in this case we can call it a slope. So the slope is greater. So we can call it steeper. But in reality it's the slope that's bigger. We can see a bigger slope. Well, how about example of a road? Example of road steepness. We have a couple of roads. We have 120 over 4,250 gives us roughly 0.028. And 95 over 2,875 gives us roughly 0.033. Okay, so let's say you're driving along a road and you see a hill coming up. That's the idea for this one. So you are going to go up 120 feet. Keep in mind this is your vertical distance, 120 feet. And you're going to go over, or in other words forward, 4,250 feet. This is your horizontal distance. In other words, rise over run. So the slope of a non-vertical line is equal to the ratio of the rise to the run. The run, always in the x direction, in other words, forwards or backwards. The rise, always up or down. So rise could also be defined as a fall, okay? So going down. So in this case, 120 over 4,250, and let's reference them as distances from the bottom to the top and from the starting point of the hill all the way to the end of the hill. Just for reference, do be aware, size is not to scale, it's just for reference. And let's just state it once again as a fraction, just the way we have it over on the left side. 120 is how much you went up, and over we went 4,250 feet, which gives us an equivalence of 0.028. So we went up 0.028 per feet, for reference. But otherwise, how about 95 over 2,875? Well, that gives us 0.033, agreed. So which one's steeper? Which hill would be steeper, even though we don't have the other one here? Oh, that's a good question. Do keep in mind, look back at the one with at the example with the pole. Which was steeper? Larger number or smaller number? The 4 was larger, right? So that means the slope was bigger. In this case, which one has a bigger slope? 0.028 or 0.033? 0.033 is slightly bigger, agreed? So 0.033 has a larger slope, or in other words, it's a steeper hill. So keep this in mind. Next time you drive and you happen to run about into the sign that tells you the inclination of the hill. Okay, you might see it as a fraction or as a slope, in other words. Technically, you'll definitely see it. So watch out, and that way you can see what the slope, or in other words, downhill ratio is. So look at you go on your car.